How's it going, guys? Welcome to the FM Dugout for episode 8 of Restoration Project Rangers, and today sees the start of season 2, and we open up with a game against AA Ghent in the UEFA Europa League second qualifying round first leg at Ibrox. Now, I did actually play AA Ghent in a friendly, purposely chose them, that was 2 games ago, and we won 1-0. However, the game was probably more in Ghent's favour than ours. Their players did seem fitter though, which I think is a bit weird given it's pre-season. We're in July. Players should not be that fit unless they're mid-season, which they're not in Belgium. So I think that's a flaw with the game. It must be something to do with the fact they're not a playable league or viewable. They're not included, so their players are a lot fitter. Anyway, we still won. If we can get a result like that today, I will be delighted. So this is the first time Rangers have played in Europe since 2011, so it's a long time coming, and I don't really want to slip up here today. It'll be really good if we can get into the group stages and see if we can make some money out of it, to really kind of bankroll our charge against Celtic this year in the league. So yeah, now that the pre-season has kind of come and gone, it's time to look at the transfer history. So huge number of players out, a lot of youngsters. A few guys have gone out on loan. Ryan Hardy we've sent out on loan to Dundee United this year. Now the reason being, I want this boy to get played every single week, and he just wasn't going to get it here. David Templeton has gone on finally, and Dean Shields as well. Neither of them have been signed up, rather unsurprisingly. They've also got this guy here, Sultan, who is somebody we bought in on a free transfer. 20-year-old Qatari left back, looks very, very promising, and he has gone out on loan straight away to NYCFC, and the reason being, well, we can't get a work permit. He's had 7 caps so far, so I think he will get a decent number of caps. If he can get games for New York City, then hopefully he will continue to get his games and we can apply for a work permit. So anyway, he's come in. Oliver Knudsen, the young Danish 19-year-old, yeah, that makes sense. The young Danish centre back who can also play right and left back. Good little player, I think. Again, another free transfer, and we'll look to either have him as backup. I've tried to send him out on loan, but nobody seems to be going for him yet. We've got Alejandro Galindo, who I had mentioned in a previous episode. Looks good. 20 years old, very versatile, can play in a number of places. I think his stats, as highlighted here, are all pretty decent, and at 20 years old he's got a good chance of improving a lot of those. So we'll see how he gets on here. Then we've got Jose Carlos Lazo, the signing from Real Madrid. Again, another player who can play in a number of positions. Plays as a winger on the left, so he will be challenging fans' favourite Omar Rowe into getting into that first team position. So technically very good. Good first touch, crossing, dribbling, nice flair. He looks like he's a guy who wants the ball and can make things happen, and certainly he's scored 2 goals so far in the first 2 friendlies that he's taken part in. The next up was someone they didn't know about, was Samuel Longo, who was an Inter youngster on loan to Frosinone last year. So yeah, he looks to be a player, a complete forward, 24 years old. The skills look really good. Very, very pleased to have signed him. He's on 5.25k a week for 3 years. So fairly decent kind of contract, and he's the main reason why Ryan Hardy is now out on loan, because really Hardy was going to get pushed down to third. Diego Llorente, who I had mentioned before that we were signing, so excellent central defender. I think he will be challenging Rob Kiernan to a starting position this year, or Wilson, just depends on how people are doing. You can see the highlighted stats, really good. Bravery, it's pretty damn high. Concentration, anticipation, positioning, all of these things are really fantastic for a central defender, and he's got the technical skills to back it up as well. He's actually quite pacey, so I think he is going to be a really important player for us over the coming years. As I say, Sultan we signed and sent out on loan. One of the reasons why I went for Sultan is Chris Chandler's contract is up at the end of this season, and I don't think I'm going to renew it. So I'm just looking for someone who might be able to challenge Lee Wallace in the long run. And then last and not least, we signed Ryan Tunnicliffe from a free transfer after being released from Fulham. Again, just wanted somebody else in that central midfield area. We do have, we've got a decent number, to be honest, but it's kind of, I guess I just want enough people there so I feel comfortable. And Ryan can also play, right back, left back, centre back if required. So again, quite versatile. He's a ball-winning midfielder, great worker, great engine, brave, determined, aggressive. Really, what you want in the middle of the park. So he should push Will Vaulks for a starting place, I think, this year. It may mean that Jordan Thompson gets put out on loan. We'll just have to see how that transpires over the course of the season. So that's how the signings have gone, and I am pretty damn pleased with how the team is shaping up at the moment. Friendlies, 3 Tickers has the results, the details of each. So I'm going to jump straight into today's game. Really excited for this. I'm pretty positive of our chances. Okay, so we will put Galindo out today. Obviously want to clear our bench. Will Vaulks. Yeah, I think this is probably, apart from maybe Longo, I think that's probably the only thing to change around. Ryan Cinnamon, don't really want him on the bench there. Missing Diego Llorente as well. I think my bench is a little bit messed up, to be honest. That's also the problem when you have 12 subs. Robbie McCrory's injured at the moment, so Liam Kelly is on the bench. Rob Kieran's not been playing well. I'm going to go with Llorente. I know he's 6.83, but he's been coming off the bench. He's not really started any of the games. I think looks okay to me. Maybe put Tunnicliffe on instead of Jordan Thompson. It's quite a big squad at the moment, so as I say, I might well look to send guys like Ross McCrory, Knudsen, possibly even Cinnamon out again on loan. And Andy Halliday's one of the guys that I think now I can see. Yeah, I'm actually going to do it just now. I'm just going to set him. Maybe we could get something for him. I'll try maybe 50k or something along those lines. I just don't think he has a long-term future at the club. I want to go with Waghorn to begin with. Poacher. Okay, so I think we'll go. We need squad numbers for players. Tunnicliffe like 16 tough. Andy Halliday has it. Ironic that he would have probably got that number. Laurent Lazo, yeah, I think that's okay. Waghorn doesn't like number 9 anyway, he likes number 33, so should be alright this way. Well, clearly they think Omar Rowe should be playing ahead of Lazo. I think Lazo is the better player. Let's see, favourites impress me. Not bad. Let's see if I can get any of the new boys to like the way I talk. Nope, not with Llorente. So I think before things really kind of kick off in the Europa League, I am quietly optimistic at our chances of making the group stages. What happens from there depends on the draw. And after that point, of course, when the Champions League teams come in for the knockout stages, again, it's very much down to the luck of the draw. I don't think we'll be making waves in Europe this year. I think it's a case of getting ourselves back in Europe, improving our coefficient, getting some money, and making sure that we can get into the Champions League for next year to get more money there. So 27 minutes gone, not too much happening, but we do look fairly comfortable. We've got most of the possession, more shots at goal. Haven't changed anything with the tactics, still going with the same ones from last year. Lazo with a chance on the right foot, good save from the keeper, and they've cleared the lines. But yeah, I don't think there'll be wholesale changes this year anyway. Obviously, if we can get some more money, we might look to bring in some better players, but the tactics are working pretty well for us so far. However, we're struggling to break down Ghent today. Ran a quiet first half. I don't want to tell them to be doing badly, but Waghorn's not been particularly good today. Try and give them a bit of encouragement. I'll tell Waghorn I wasn't happy. He usually responds well. Yeah, looking fired up. Most of the other players have done alright. I think what I'll actually do is that I've only got it on key. I'll maybe put it to extended so we see a bit more of what's actually going on, because some games that can make it last like 10 minutes. Other games there's just really not a lot happening, and if you've only got it in key, then your game's over within a couple of minutes. But then again, I do want to cover both legs here, so Lazo whipping it in, and Waghorn, that was a guilty chance there for him. He's headed it over from a few yards out, and we could be made to regret that. Just depends what happens here. Longo hopefully will be itching to get on. Chance to kickstart his career. Tavernier now breaking away, and well, Ghent have done us a favour. Nielsen with the own goal, 55 minutes on the clock. Waghorn running away celebrating there as if he'd done it. I think Tavernier played a bigger part. A decent run down the wing from Tavernier there. Skov now to Mackay to Volks. Volks with a thunderbolt from 25 yards straight at the keeper, but it was a good hit. Palmer now to Volks, wide to Tavernier. Cuts it back to Palmer, and the keeper with another good save. So we're putting the pressure on. 65 minutes gone. I think I'm going to give Samuel Longo his debut. Let's see how he gets on. In terms of everyone else, I mean, the fitness is good. Performance is relatively good. I don't want anyone getting sent off at the moment, so I think I'll bring on Kiernan, and tempted to bring on Omar Rowe to give him a go. Lazo's not been fantastic. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. And just now passionately tell them to do well. Don't know why I do this. I mean, I do assertive with everyone at full time, before the game at half time, but during the game I always do passionate. I don't know why. It's just one of those things, I guess. You get into a habit. Okay, anyway, here we go. Mackay now launching it forward. Longo out wide, nobody in the middle. He's holding it up for Mackay. Palmer now trying to get the shot away, but it's blocked. Good tracking back from Wallace there. I would like a second goal. It would certainly kind of underline our dominance of this game. We have definitely played better than we did in the friendly. Rowe now just skipping by his man, and Longo with the rather audacious volley hits the post. That would have been a nice goal if he had managed to get that in. Ghent now, can they hit back with a counter-attack here? We're backing off him, which is unusual since I've been telling us to close down, and that was that was ambitious, but I tell you what, it wasn't a bad hit. Obviously we don't have any more substitutions that we can make, but just seeing Danny Wilson pick up that card there, I am really seriously considering changing this now to just be normal. I think we've probably got a good enough team that we don't have to kick lumps out of the other team to kind of assert ourselves in the game. Chance now maybe at the dying minutes. Skov back out to Rowe to Palmer. Finds Longo. I thought he was going to pull the trigger there. Volks. Skov is taken down in the box, but ref deemed it to be a fair challenge. And will we get another chance? Wallace looking to cross into Skov. Longo's pushed down, and Rowe with a shot, and it's saved. The keeper has done rather well for him in this second half, it must be said. Wilson drops it back to Volks now. Will he look to shoot? He does, and the keeper makes another save. Volks certainly looks as though he's got that in his locker, and certainly in real life he does have a good long shot on him. What is it in this at the moment? It's only 12, but he seems to have a good shot there. Yeah, I'm just going to tell them it was a good win for us. I mean, there's no point in getting ahead of ourselves. We've still got the second leg to go. which I'll be covering in a minute, so I'll see you when we take them on in the second leg. Okay, so we're back for leg 2. What's happened in between? Well, we've drawn Vorskla of Ukraine if we get through against Ghent. We have now gone 54 games unbeaten, and Casey Palmer has signed a deal until 2021, so hopefully he's on a high for today's game. Now, what I want to change around for this game, I would like to try out Longo from the start, and I think I might actually try Omar Rowe from the beginning, just because he's a trusted member of the team. I'm just wondering whether or not now with Lazo there and Waghorn who can play in those wide positions, whether I might be better looking at some other option like maybe Jason Holt, Andrew McCarthy. Put Holt on there at the moment. Okay, I think we'll go with that. So, a place in the third qualifying round, awaits us. I want to turn off the hard tackling actually from the start. Don't want any red cards in this game. And it's time to tell the boys that we're halfway there and they need to make sure they get the job done, because that's really what we have to do. 1-0 leads are pretty slender in Europe. If we can get an away goal here, it would be certainly a big weight off our shoulders. Ghent would then need to score 3 in order to go through, which would really be fantastic for us in that position. A nice early goal here would be fantastic. Palmer now, nope, we're not going to get a chance, just as I start my commentary. The worst thing that could happen, concede an early goal. Tavernier looking for Rowe, Volks into Skov. So onside, I think Longo might have been offside there, but certainly Skov with the deep run manages to beat the goalkeeper, and we get our away goal in the first 10 minutes with our first shot at goal. So not bad at all. Let's see now if Ghent open up a bit to try and get an equaliser in this game, get themselves back into the tie somehow. Now we've got a bit more space here. Longo to Skov, and the keeper has made a good save there, out for a corner. Mackay whips it in and it's cleared. Good start, very good start, very pleased with that. And to be honest, I wouldn't be too disappointed if I tell myself to go back to control, but I think the formation suggests they're not pushing forward yet, but they have to at some point. Roll now. I'm not sure the goalkeeper didn't catch that. We've won a corner anyway. Mackay will drop it in. It's headed out. Volks will find Palmer, and that is a crazy challenge. It's just as well he got the ball. Crazy lunge. It's 30 minutes gone, and Ghent haven't even had a shot yet, so things are going rather smoothly for us at the moment. Certainly changing the opposition tactics to normal tackling doesn't seem to have done anything. 81% tackle percentage, so yeah, Roll with the corner, Longo at the front post there, well, not the front post really, the edge of the 6-yard box. Mackay with a corner. We're certainly getting a large number of corners, 7 corners in this half. Longo on the edge there, back to Tavernier, Volks, patient build-up play. Longo now with a chance, Sells with the save, and it's now corner number 8. Rowe will play this in, and it's cleared away. Clearly our corners are not that effective, and I will probably have to look at some of the attacking routines. Jeffrin with the throw now, Dejagere to Poltanovic, and he's just put that over the bar. Certainly the tie's not over. If Ghent can get a goal early in the second half, they stand a chance. We'll just need to make sure that we stay in a good, strong position. I expect Ghent to push forward a bit more. It looks as though they play one striker, so they might well go to something similar to what I play with the advanced wingers, but we'll see. Good team talk. an early goal here in the second half would certainly kill off the tie if we were to get it. If they get it, well, that was certainly never going to go in from there. Pretty audacious shot. Rowe with the corner, and again it's headed away. We definitely have to work on these corners. Rowe now. Palmer picks it up, past his man, but can't get the ball in the box. Simon will now break away, and this is where the counter is on De Poitre across the face of goal, and that surely not offside. Maybe Wallace played him on, and it's now 1-1. So game is well and truly back on for Ghent. 2 goals will see them go through. 1 goal will see us go through in away goals. So we could ideally do with a second goal here. We have been in control of this game, and Poltanovic now with the chance, and he scored. I don't believe this. I do not believe this. A total mix-up at the back, and we're now 2-1 down in the game. The game that we controlled so well in the first half. It's not going well. And we really now need to step it up and try and get that goal. It's a nightmare start to the second half, and Ghent now pushing forward again. Tavernier now to Rowe. Rowe's losing out. Rowe is not playing particularly well, and I am going to bring him off. Yeah, I mean, that's what a crap start to the second half. Really, really shocking. 2 goals in 7 minutes. And the tie is now just completely flipped. Obviously we're still going through in away goals at the moment, so luckily we got that away goal, but we really need to do something to try and get ourselves back in front and in control, I would say. Wallace now down to Lazo, Volks to Skov, forward to Longo, wide to Mackay. Outnumbered quite severely there. We're just not really getting men forward, but Ghent looked dangerous on the break, and Dejaguer to Poltanovic to De Poitre, and Fotheringham with the great save, and we really do look very, very vulnerable on the break here. I think I'm going to change the formation, because I think just how things stand at the moment, we're really not doing that well. Skov is having a good game. I mean, the midfield are playing well. The wide men are struggling to really get a foothold in the game. But I think we'll go to that, and at least that way we've got someone protecting that back line to help from these counter attacks. Ghent launch it forward. Nobody challenging Fockett there. Back to Nielsen, to Coombs. Again, no one near him. We're just not pressing them, and it's disappointing to see, given my instructions tell them to close him down. Fockett now Fotheringham with the save from Poltanovic, and we are really living dangerously here. Unbelievable turn of events in this second half. Ghent just looked like a completely different side. Nielsen now into Coombs, to Dejaguer, to Poltanovic, De Poitre. Laurent will clear it, but only as far as Asari. Back into Milicevic, and Poltanovic is there, and that is a shocking miss from him. We are on the ropes here, boys. We're going through, but only just. Skov with a big ball wide to Wallace. Whips it in with his right foot, but we're just going to give away possession here, playing like that. Need to work our chances. Milicevic now. Wilson cuts it out. Tavernier. Can we break? Well, they got a few men forward. Palmer almost losing the ball there, and he does lose the ball. Tavernier now whip it in, and Longo. Was it offside or not? No, it counts, and that's his first goal for the club. And I tell you what, he might not score many more important goals than that. True poacher's instinct there, just getting on to the end of that cross. And I think we should be through now. Laurent's having a howler of a game, 6.1. He really has struggled in this second half. Obviously at fault for one, probably two of the goals in fact. So Ghent will have to throw everything forward now. They need another 2 goals. De Poitre with a shot, and Fotheringham luckily is there to save. Wide to Tavernier. launching it long down the wing. Mackay using his pace, get onto the end of it. Longo trying to shoot. Skov, Volks, Lazo now. Palmer, there's too many blue shirts there, just can't really get playing. We need to look to go wide. Wallace giving it away there in the end. Corner from Wallace, front post from Wilson. Needs to be on his head if he's going to score. And yet another corner. So we've had 15 corners in this game and we haven't done anything from them really, so that is pretty disappointing. Skov now launching it long, looking for Lazo. Palmer to Longo, wide to Wallace. Can we finish this off? Nope, we can't. It goes wide of the post. But 89 minutes and we are looking like we should be through. I don't want to count my chickens till they've hatched, but let's see what happens here. Tavernier now marauding down the right wing, and rather poor cross in the end, straight to the keeper. Manages to get back well there though, to pick up the ball from their keeper's clearance, and Fotheringham will surely waste a little bit of time here. I don't tell them to waste time, but I think it's only natural when you're in this sort of position. Skov will just play it forward. Longo looking to get there, and we surely will now just run it down. We get half a minute to go. Palmer now, icing on the cake. Nope, the keeper's made a great save. Mackay with the corner. Corner number 16. So I know what I need to do between this episode and the next one, which is find some routines that are actually going to work for corners. I'll just say that, but to be honest, Laurent, unhappy with the costly mistake you made. And breathe. So we're through to play Volska. Was that the name? Oh, sorry, Vorskla is who we're playing. Let's just take a quick look at their squad. They've actually got Tom Haitley. Well, if that's the sort of standard of player they've got, I'm probably not going to be too worried. 1.3 mil. Yeah, I mean, Uzbek international, 59 caps for Hungary, but he's 35 years old. 2 caps for Iceland. We should be in a position where we can win this. Okay, boys, that's us through to the third round of the qualifiers for the Europa League, and they're actually the games that are coming next. They'll come in a week and then a week after that. So I will play the Vorskla first time away from home and probably do a short live comm for the home game, which might then feed on into the next round if we make it. All of this happens before we kick a ball domestically against our Hearts in the Ladbrokes Premiership opener. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully it wasn't too long. If you made it to the end, give yourself a pat in the back. If you've liked it, leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think about the squad and their chances this year in Europe and domestically. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and until the next time guys, I'll see you when I see you.